This segment was presented by Bet Online. Bet Online, the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your sports action. Bet Online has you covered for all the news, scores, and odds. It's the best way to place your bets, and it's free to sign up. Head to the website betonline.ag or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, your online sportsbook experts.
What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening so far. I'm here with a very special guest in our premiere podcast episode. I got Miami Hurricanes legend, two-time Pro Bowler, NFL veteran, Brandon Meriweather. Brandon, it's a pleasure to have you on, man. I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity, and it's a pleasure to talk Canes football with you.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. I can't wait. I've been looking forward to this for about a month now. So I'm happy to be on here with you.
Hey, man, absolutely. I can't wait. I got to ask, what made you want to be on a Miami Hurricanes football podcast and just kick back and talk Canes football?
Honestly, man, because I bleed orange and green. You know what I mean? Like that's family. Like if I could sit down and talk about them all day, I have no problem doing that. I absolutely love the University of Miami, and I would find nothing better than to sit down and talk junk about them all day.
I love it, man. I'm telling you, our alumni, you guys have this brotherhood, this passion. I don't think I see it in other college football programs. Why do you think that is? You guys are so close with each other and you bleed orange and green so much.
I think it's the fact that we all understand and we all been there. So we kind of want to see each other do great. You know, we have nobody on our team who hate on another person, who talk bad about another person. You know, like if you playing like trash, then we tell you playing like trash. But that's not us talking bad about you to other people. You know what I mean? Like I had a bad game. You know, I had a bad game, man. You know, I was in the lead. Beeson called me like, "Yo, I'm watching this game, man. You play like crap, bro. Like that's a brotherhood. That's what you do in a family." And I think that's why we all so close. It's because we could all call each other and be like, "Hey, yo, like, yo, I see you doing this, man. That's terrible. Or, you know, I see you doing this. That's great. Let me support you." You know what I mean? So I think that's why we all so tight.
Only at the U, baby.
Only.
Hey, so Brandon, let's kick it back. Like, you're from Apopka, Florida, correct?
Yes.
So that's, excuse my geography, I'm in Coral Gables right now, born and raised. That's a little bit past Orlando, central to north?
It's actually a part of Orlando.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like 15 minutes from what people call Orlando. So it's a little bit north of Orlando.
So to me, I feel like that's Gator country or Florida State.
It is. Well, now today is more UCF, you know, since UCF is like 20 minutes away from my crib. But it's UCF, Florida State, and now, you know, for the last, 20 years it's been Miami.
Okay, gotcha. So being from that area growing up, what brought you to the University of Miami? Because I don't know if you were a fan growing up of the Canes, but if you're surrounded by all these Gators, Florida State Seminoles, I'm sure people are in your head like, you got to be a Florida State Seminole. You got to be a Florida Gator. Go to Alabama. Don't go to Miami.
You know, you're right. You know, I was actually a Florida State fan growing up. You know, I used to love Charlie Ward, Peter Ward Dunn, Derek Brooks. I used to love all watching them guys, you know, but then as I got older, you know, I went on visits and then I started to, you know, get to see people and see what they going through and meet meet some of the players and watch how they get together. And Miami was the only team that was just like Apopka. Like Apopka High School is a family, like a real family. And that's what I seen there. So that's why I went there.
Yeah, I mean, the rest is history. I mean, you wore that number 19 in such a way. I don't think there's been another player that's worn number 19 at Miami.
It's one other, but he's from the 80s era. Okay. And every time I see him, he talk junk to me, told me he the best 19 ever wear. So it's one other.
Well, to me, Brandon, you're the best. Number 19 at Miami, you're one of the greatest safeties of all time. So he can take that compliment with him.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna tell him that too.
Who is that number 19?
Don't make me lie. I can't remember his name. Don't make me lie. I can't remember his name, but I'm gonna look it up. The next time we talk, I will have his name for you.
So Brandon, I'm gonna assume this, man. You get to Miami, you don't know anyone. You come in as a freshman. How do who did you look towards as a mentor? Who was that leadership role that guided you, throughout your college years, that when it was your turn to be an upperclassman, you took on that leadership role for the freshmen?
Well, I'm not gonna say I didn't know anyone when I got there. Because I knew Sap, you know what I mean? I knew Eddie Jackson, who went to both of them went to a pop game, went to Miami. And they was, they already told me what to expect when I get down there. And then I played with a bunch of guys in the Florida Georgia game that went to Miami. And I actually, in the state championship game, I actually played against my roommate. And we played against each other. Of course, we beat the brakes off of him. He gonna be mad to hear that, but we beat the brakes off of him. And me and him became great friends. We actually still great friends today. I was actually down there this weekend with him, last weekend. But yeah, when I came in, it was a bunch of us, who played in the Florida Georgia game together, that we all came in together. But my guy who I actually looked up to and learned from was Sean T. Sean T was a sophomore when I came in, and he was just not starting to, flourish into the person he was.
Yeah. I mean, may he rest in peace. One of the greatest safeties to ever play the game. And man, I think you're very fortunate as well to have that person as a leader. And
absolutely.
Did you realize at first how great Sean Taylor was going to be?
Yes. Yes. The very first day I got there, I did. I realized that Sean T was different. I actually thought he was a D lineman. Like when I first got there and we was doing drills, and I was like, hey, bro, I like tapped him on the hip, like, hey, bro, you need to go over there. He was like, man, what you talking about? And then he started laughing, like, bro, I'm a safety, bro. I'm like, oh, my bad. Like, I actually thought he was a D lineman.
Was there any advice that Sean Taylor told you that always stuck in your head, whether you're playing football at Miami or in the NFL, that you always said to yourself?
Sean biggest thing was, don't let up. You know what I mean? Because I used to be like, all right, man, like if somebody was like, hey, man, stop going so hard in practice, or hey, man, chill out, it's preseason, only thing that always stood with me is Sean T always saying, man, don't let up, man. No, hit them. Like, no, do your thing, bro. Keep balling, because, when you need somebody to chill, they ain't going to chill for you, so keep going. And that was always Sean. Like, Sean, no matter what we was doing, it could be, we running wind sprints and everybody chilling, Sean gonna go hard. You know what I mean? That was always Sean. So that's what I got from Sean.
I love that mentality, man. That's the dog mentality, and that's what's the difference between the great players and the good ones and the not so good ones, is never letting up. And that's something that you can take back to your work ethic, whether you're an athlete or you're just working for a company, trying to make it up, get a promotion, is never let up, because someone always wants to have your spot. So I appreciate
Absolutely.
that. I appreciate that, Brandon.
Absolutely.
Thank you for sharing that.
They bring in people every year to take your spot. So, you got to get better every year, along with, bringing the people behind you up.
100%. Well, Brandon, man, you finished your time at Miami. You spent 8 years in the NFL.
Yeah.
Did you ever keep up with the Miami Hurricanes throughout that time span, or has it always been tough because you got kids, you got a bunch of things on the side?
Every day. I look up some on Miami every day. I watch Miami every day. I do something with Miami every single day. Like every day. Like no matter if I was in the league, if I was in camp, like regardless, I get home from camp at 11:50 at PM, and I be looking up stuff to see what's going on with Miami. Like I always did it. It's everybody, every U1 player do it. It ain't one of us that I don't know who don't do it.
Now, do you guys have group chats where you're watching a game, whether you're at your house, maybe someone else is at a bar or at a house with another former players, and you guys are texting each other like, "Oh man, we just made this big play. This kid's gonna be a dog," or "Man, what's going on here?"
Nah, we close, but we ain't that close. But no, we ain't got that. What our biggest thing is, like we kind of always like push it to the side. Like if Beeson might send me a text like, man, you need to get down here, man. These safeties need you, bro. And you know what I mean? I'd be like, all right, I could come at this time, but that's all. Like we don't really call each other and, do stuff like that. But we will, like if he sees somebody who need help, he'll hit me up or he'll call Ed or somebody who already down there and be like, yo, you in town? I need you to come holler at this young man.
So, speaking about the current times, Brandon, Ed Reed's chief of staff, what did you think about Manny Diaz when he was first hired at Miami? Mark Richt retires. They bring in Manny Diaz. He was their defensive coordinator for, I think, close to 3 years or more. And now he's the head coach at Miami. What did you think at first? Defensive mind, similar to Randy Shannon. Want to hear your thoughts on this hire.
At first, I thought it was a great hire. I thought, I was like, yo, Manny gonna bring that dog mentality because he's a defensive guy. We finna be physical. And then his first year, the first year with Mark Richt, when they got all the interception, they got the turnover chain. You know what I mean? They did all this stuff, and I'm like, yo, this finna like this. We on the way. We on the way. You know what I mean? So I can't lie. When we first got him, I was super happy. I thought it was the right move, and I thought he was a guy that took advice from former players because he always talking about how he wanted to bring the former players back and all this. So that's what I thought.
Do you think his scheme has changed? Because this is what I've seen. It's pretty evident. We run a 4-2-5 now, correct?
Right.
He previously was running a 4-3. Why do you think he slowly transitioned to a 4-2-5?
I don't think it was ever a 4-3.
Okay.
I think he had three really good linebackers, and he wanted to keep them all on the field. So instead of having a striker, he had another linebacker. So now he feel like he got better DBs than he do linebackers. So you put the DBs on the field. So instead of having that fourth linebacker, you have a striker who is a DB that could actually do all the things that
right,
a linebacker should be able to do. But the problem is when you got to hit linemen, man, I don't know too many DBs who gonna fill that void. So that's where the problem comes.
So do you think, because what's going on in the defense, we lead the nation in tackles. That's
miss tackles.
Missed, right, exactly. My fault. Missed, not in tackles. We'd be winning games. Missed tackles.
Right.
You just don't. Do you think we don't have the personnel right now in place to fit that scheme?
No, I personally don't like the scheme, period. Okay. I don't like the scheme, period. Like I think Manny is I think Manny defense is honestly it's like a surprise defense. Like if you get somebody to third down, then you could throw in a Manny defense. You know what I mean? You could throw in a Manny defense because then like that's what Manny defense is for. It's for like third downs and pass rush. Like we're gonna always have a good pass rush, always. Like granted, we ain't got many sacks now, but by the end of the year, we'll have a good pass rush. It's gonna look like we had a good pass rush because our D linemen don't play the run. Like they don't play the run at all. They play all pass and they react to the run. So now you got D linemen, you got offensive linemen on linebackers and safeties. So now every time you make a tackle, it's a one-on-one tackle. So it's hard. Like people don't understand how hard it is to make a tackle all game one-on-one. Like I don't know no safety in America ever that wouldn't miss more tackles than he made in the open field one-on-one. I just don't. Like, and another thing is, like, all these rules, you know what I mean, they taken away from the game too. So now you got all the safeties and stuff trying to hit low and you missing. You know what I mean? You can't put your face on people no more, so you missing because you're trying to dive at their legs.
I want to pick your brain on this instance because that's a good point you mentioned, you know, safeties, you know, the new targeting rule, you're very controlled now. Well, you have the way you have to tackle. A lot of linebackers had the same issue. It's even a punter got ejected. I think it was from USC with his new targeting rule. If you were playing in this era, do you think you'd be a different football player in the way you tackle with the targeting rule in place?
A different football player? No. Okay. I would be kicked out of a lot of games. Yes. Like, I would absolutely be kicked out of a lot of games, but that was my biggest problem in the NFL is that regardless of how much I got fined, I was never changing my game. Like, that's just like, I feel like when you change your game, you start getting hurt. You know what I mean? And so I got fined. I had to miss 2 games. Then the next week I come back, I try to change my game a little bit and I turn my ACL. Like, it's that's just what it is. Like, you try your best, you know what I mean, to keep your game the same, but implement what they want in it. So I think for us to be aggressive and be the way we want to, like, we need depth. We need depth. Like, if we had the depth as Alabama do, like, we would be all right.
Now, previously in this episode, you told me, hey, Beeson spoke with Reed. Hey, come talk to, you know, one of our safeties, one of the guys on the team. Do you talk to current players on the team at all and just kind of leadership role like Sean Taylor gave you? Any advice in life going through the football program in school that you speak to anyone?
No, man. I'm so upset with the team right now, man. If I go down there, I'm liable to punch one of these kids in the mouth, man. One of these coaches in the mouth, should I say. Like, man, I'm so fed up with this team, man. If I went down there right now, man, and I seen one of them coaches, I might lose it. Like, it's terrible. Like, it's terrible.
What was the scheme you were running on Shannon?
It was a 4-3.
4-3.
Okay. Yeah, it was a 4-3.
What made Shannon such a good defensive coordinator?
For one, Shannon's scheme was built to take away what you do best. So if you ran the ball good, we was gonna completely take that away. If you threw the ball good, if you threw slants good, we was gonna completely take that away. Whatever you do good, you was gonna have to do something else to beat us. And we always had dogs. We always had the dogs to fill the position that he wanted. Like, if you go watch everywhere Shannon be, the defense is a top 20 defense everywhere. He went to UCF and had UCF as a top 20 defense. Like, so like, Shannon is it's the coaching, man. It's the attitude that you bring with it. Like, granted, Coach Shannon do a lot of, you know, messed up stuff, but he is a great coordinator.
We've got some exciting news. Our podcast is partnering with PlayActionPools.com this season to bring some interactive fun to the sport we love the most. You'll be able to get in on the action with our PlayActionPools.com Football Pick'em Challenge, which is open to everyone. This is how it works. Sign up for our contest, Believe Football Pick'em, at PlayActionPools.com. And then get your picks in each week. We're going to select the 10 highest profile games of the week between NFL and college football. Whoever gets the most picks correct each week will win a pair of electronic sunglasses and a pair of DC shoes. Again, go to playactionpools.com and sign up for the contest Believe. That's BLEAV, Football Pick'em. And if you plan on hosting your own football contest, go to playactionpools.com today. They've got Survivor Pick'em as well as a cool sportsbook style concept called Build Your Bankroll. PlayActionPools.com, your news home for all your office sports pools.
And we are back. Second half of the show with Brandon Meriweather, man. Miami Hurricanes legend, the premiere episode. I can't wait. I'm really enjoying this episode because there's not many times where you get to sit down with a Miami Hurricanes football great like Brandon and get to hear all this insight, man. Sean Taylor being a role model early on in his Miami Hurricanes football career, talking about Randy Shannon's defense, comparing it to Manny Diaz. Brandon, when you watch a football game, who do you focus in on?
I'm more focused in on the D line,
Okay,
and safeties.
gotcha. There was a quote by Jaelan Phillips, and I want to kind of ease the argument because you play in the NFL, two-time Pro Bowler. Jaelan Phillips said a couple of days ago he didn't know what a cover 3 was until he got to the NFL and started playing with the Miami Dolphins under Brian Flores. Now, people on one spectrum were saying, how does he not know what a cover 3 is? And then other people were saying he's a DN. He's an edge rusher. He doesn't need to know what the secondary is doing in a cover 3. What are your thoughts on that?
It's gonna hurt me to say, but he wasn't coached very well.
Okay.
Like, that's coaching. Like, Coach Shannon, the first day I got there, like, he asked me what was a 3 technique. Like, the fact that a safety know what a 3 technique is, you don't think you don't think everybody should know what a cover 2 is and what a cover 3 is? Like, that's crazy. Like, everybody in America should know what a cover 3 is if you play football. Like, everybody. Like, how you have a fan know more about football than you do? Like, that's ridiculous. Like, and I think Jaelan is a great football player. I absolutely love him as a football player. But I just think, for him not to know what a cover 3 is, that shows you how lack of coaching he was getting.
Okay. I think it is kind of strange he doesn't know what a cover 3 is as well. But hey, he's a first-round pick like yourself. He's playing the league, like you said. He's a great football player, and I know he's going to do great things for the Miami Dolphins. Do you think Manny Diaz can turn this ship around, Brandon? De'Ara King is out for the game against Central Connecticut State. Some say he's out for the season. We haven't gotten results yet. I think he's getting a second opinion. But do you think we can run it through the ACC, put these games behind us, and win out?
Win out? No.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Now, do I think we could get to, 8 games? Yes. Yes. I think we'll lose to North Carolina. Just because the defense, like, we can't stop nothing. We can't stop a nosebleed. Like, and anytime you got a running back that's gonna run hard, so anybody we play that's gonna run the ball like consistently, we gonna lose to. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, we have people in the game that shouldn't be in the game. Like, period. Like, we have people like when I was in college. Like, it's a lot of people on this team that would have been getting beat up. Like, we would have physically beat them up. Like, yo, you gotta get up. You gotta get up out of here.
Right.
Like, you got to. Like, some of the stuff I done seen on film, on tape, like, we wouldn't allow that. Like, it wouldn't have had to do nothing with coaching. Like, as players, we wouldn't allow that. Like, if you like I'm gonna give you an example. Right? We was playing Georgia Tech, right? And they quarterback Ball. His name was Ball.
I remember him, Reggie Ball.
Yeah. And he was running to the sideline, right? And I was running to him, and I thought he was running out of bounds. So I slowed up, and I kind of stopped and turned around right at the sideline before he got out, and he turned into me. And, like, granted, I was turned to the side, so he, like, hit me side and nine, and he, like, ran me over, right? So, but by 3-4 plays later, like, I almost gave him a concussion by 3-4 plays later. Now, but that ain't the point. What I'm saying is, when we got back in meetings, like, they killed me for that. Like, it was never like they literally killed me to the point where, like, I was so mad to where I wanted to, like, fight everybody. Like they not doing that.
Yeah.
Like, and that was, and the crazy part is I even got him back, and they still killed me. So imagine if I wouldn't have. Like, that's crazy. Like the stuff like I just don't. I refuse to believe some of the stuff that's going on.
Do you think it's lack of alpha leaders or just alphas in general in the team? Like you said, people who are hungry, they want it. They don't want to let up, like Sean Taylor told you. Do you feel you just don't have that many dogs on the team and just a lot of people just going with the flow? Like, hey, I'm just here for the Instagram pics, the likes.
No, I don't think it's that. I think we have a lot of dogs on the team.
Okay.
I think we have a lot of dogs on the team, like 23. Couch, his name Crouch.
To Corey Couch.
Correct. Yeah, I like him. He a little guy. He feisty though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like him. I could play with him. You know what I mean? We got a lot of dogs on the team. Like Leonard. Like Leonard ain't even played a down yet. And just by the way I seen him in high school, I could play with him.
Yeah.
Like number one, the D lineman number one, I like him.
That's the.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a bunch of people on the team that I like. You know what I mean? It's just the fact that I think we're lost. Like, until we get our mental right through our head coach and through the coaching staff, like the reason Alabama and Clemson play the way they play is because of
Wings, wings, wings. The best chicken wings outside of the Orlando area off of 452 North Park Avenue, owned by Miami Hurricanes football legend himself, Brandon Meriweather. If you love chicken wings, you're going to love Wings, 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 owned by the man himself, NFL veteran, Brandon Meriweather. Got to check it out. Once again, Wings, Wings, Wings off of 452 North Park Avenue in Apopka, Florida. Will you be in the Orlando area on October 16th, 2021? If you are, you got to head over to the Celebrity Kickball Tournament hosted by Miami Hurricane himself, Jemiah Weeks, in partnership with We Fam United. It will be at MGV Sports Complex in Orlando, Florida, with special celebrity guests such as CeCe Sabathia, Jemiah Weeks, D. Gordon, and the Miami Hurricane legend himself, Brandon Meriweather. That's October 16th, 2021, 12 p.m. Eastern Time at MGV Sports Complex in Orlando, Florida. I'll see you there. World Sports Alumni, uniting all professional athletes globally. Whether you are a former or current professional athlete, a rising athlete, or a business, everyone has a reason to be a part of the World Sports Alumni. The WSA is the only professional athlete association in the world interconnecting all athletes from all sports together under one umbrella. Once again, that's WSA, World Sports Alumni. Go out, reach out to them at worldsportsalumni.com, uniting all professional athletes globally.
Of the head coach. Like, I'm willing to bet you them two guys is so competitive and put so much into a game plan to where, like, when they mess up, it's like a crime. You know what I mean? Like, and our guys not like that. Like, when we mess up, our head coach come on the media and make excuses. Like, and that's what I don't like. Like, I want, like, when I messed up, Larry Coker was like, yo, Brandon fucked up. It's period. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. It's really? Brandon.
Larry Coker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, we ain't play like that. Like, everybody knew. Like, when we got in memes, everybody knew it was me. It went like, it was like, oh, yo, this what happened. No, y'all, listen, we missed a couple tackles, but we made up on no, ain't none of that. Like, we missing a dog head coach. That's what we missing.
So, Brandon, if we're missing a dog head coach, I'll give my perspective on it. Who do you think who would be a dog head coach that's reasonable for Miami you would like?
I got a couple.
Okay. I'll say mine after. I want to hear you.
I got a couple. I like Lane Kiffin.
Okay.
I like Lane Kiffin. I like Ken Dorsey.
Dorsey. Okay.
Ken Dorsey would do it for a little bit of nothing. He would love to come back to Miami and make Miami great again. He would.
So Dorsey's in the NFL with the Bills, right? Or he was with the Panthers
He with
before.
the Bills. Yeah, he with the Bills.
Do you think I don't know if you keep in touch with Ken Dorsey. I think Kyle Wright was your quarterback during later on in your career.
Yeah.
Do you think Ken Dorsey would want to come back to Miami and be the head coach here and do the recruiting 365 days a year?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Interesting.
Cause in the NFL, they only get a week and a half off.
Right.
So if he the head coach, he'll get more time off in college than you do in the NFL. So of course he'll come back.
Even with the whole recruiting thing, because I can recruit. Let's say Ken Dorsey's the head coach at Miami. He's got to recruit a kid 365 days a year and hope he signs pen to paper on the national letter of intent. That's a lot of work for these kids. Does he want to babysit and do that, you think?
Man, you think Manny go out 365 days a year?
He sends out, someone has to do it one day.
Exactly. Somebody got to do it, but he don't.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Of course. Listen, and this is what I was telling people, right? This is what I would do. I would go into the city of Miami. I would find a former Hurricane. I would hire them to the staff for a little bit of nothing. And I would say, look, all the big time recruits that ain't nobody seeing that we missing, like the Amari Coopers, like the, Teddy Bridgewaters, like everybody who leave Miami, like we need to know who the big time recruits is, like we need to know who we need to aim at, because what we doing is we just kind of falling into trends now. Like if somebody say, oh, this player good, like we just saying, okay, cool, let's go get him. He a 5-star by, rivals. Let's go get him. But like I want the Santana Mosses of the world.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Santana Moss was a walk-on. He had a track scholarship. I want them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like who out here to tell y'all, hey man, look, you need to check this guy out, man, because like he a dog. Like we don't have none of them. We used to.
We have missed out on a lot of players in Miami-Dade County, in Broward, Palm Beach County.
That's my point. I would hire somebody in West Palm. I would hire somebody in Fort Lauderdale. I would hire somebody in Miami. I would hire somebody in South Miami. Like them the folk, once you get them all together, like then you can move out to other places.
I 110% agree, Brandon. We missed out on Tutu Atwell, Miami Northwestern. He's like 5'7", 5'8". He goes to Louisville. He's playing the NFL.
Man, let me tell you something, right? So a couple years ago, I go down to Miami and we go to a game, and we see Tutu.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, yo, what's that kid, man? He going to the U? They was like, man, the U ain't even spoke to him.
Wow.
I said, why? They said he too small. I said, what? They say, yeah. Everybody else talking to him though. He probably gonna end up at Louisville because of Teddy talked to him and Teddy told him to go to Louisville.
Yep. Same school.
So that's what I'm saying. So if I'm going down there in 30 minutes, I'm getting all this information about one player. Why is Miami not getting that same info? Like, who are we talking to?
Right. I mean, I feel like we're kind of looking at the star system more than the players and the heart they have, the dog in them.
That's my point.
You go for the 4 or 5 stars.
We need to go and hire Talbert Bain.
Tolbert Bain?
Yes. You know him?
Yes, Tolbert Bain. He went to Northwestern.
Yes.
I think he's worked like he was a Edison, but I don't know if he was on the staff or just maybe a part of the school.
Yeah, we need to go hire not Tavares Bain, his dad.
Tolbert Bain.
Talbert.
You know about his nephew, Ruben Bain, right? Miami Central?
Yeah.
He's going to be a big player.
And he ain't going to Miami.
Okay.
He ain't going to Miami unless Manny Diaz has gone. I'm just being honest. Like I'm talking that like that was Tarbert Bain's son. Tavares Bain was my roommate.
Okay.
That's why I was saying like that's my best friend. Like I'm telling you, he ain't going to Miami if they got something to do with it because they don't want him to go waste his time.
Right.
Like why go there when you go to Alabama and you guaranteed to get a shot at the league and win a natty?
Absolutely. And play for Nick Saban.
Exactly. Why go anywhere else? Like until you could get somebody who could challenge that. Like we had a prime time game against a bunch of freshmen.
Bryce Young.
Yeah. Like and we literally got out coached so bad to where they could have literally put IMG. They could have coached IMG up and they would have beat us.
Damn.
That's how bad we was out coached.
It was pretty bad. It was really, I think they put in their second and third team in the second half because first half was ugly. It was 27-0. And then they let up a little bit. But here's the thing. Their O-line coach is an NFL head coach. Their OC is an NFL head coach. Their running backs coach was UNC's running backs coach last year when they put up 600 rushing yards on us. So they had a very good staff. And Miami staff, it's weak. It's very weak. Coach Packy's got an awful resume. Our special team, he's the linebackers coach and special teams coach.
No, who fault is that?
Oh, Manny Diaz.
Exactly. So the problem though I got with Manny Diaz is like, why did Manny Diaz even get the job?
That 6 hours. We made the decision in 6 hours, and he was second choice.
Why though? Why? Because his dad is the mayor.
You think that's the reason?
Absolutely. And the president we have at the University of Miami don't care about sports.
Right.
He don't care about sports. So he's not going to fire the AD and he's not going to fire Manny. So it's like a free fall down there. Like, granted, if he was a smart president, he would know the football program bringing more money than anything else in the whole school. So why not bring in, the best?
Right.
Like, this is my question.
Hit me.
This is my question. If we go to Alabama, Billy O, because I played for Billy O with New England. If we go to Billy O and say, hey, Billy O, I see you making $1.5 million. We're going to give you $2 to be the head coach at Miami. You don't think he's going to say, all right?
I think for a little bit more.
I think for $2 million, Billy O would come be the head coach at Miami.
$2 million.
$2 million. Long as you pay him more than what he getting for at Alabama.
Okay.
Because it's not like we can't get talent.
Right.
It's not like we don't have talent. Like, we got talent. We just don't have the coaches with the kahunas to fix it, to put it together. Like I was looking at the Alabama game, and being 100% honest, I didn't see a big gap in talent.
Really?
Like, I didn't. Like, I seen a big gap in scheme. So, like, a lot of people say, oh, yeah, man, like, they O-line wasn't pushing our D-line around. They wasn't putting them 5 yards back. They wasn't doing anything. They wasn't, killing us on the D-line. They D-line wasn't killing our O-line. They was killing one person on our O-line who was actually happened to be a backup. So, like, they wasn't killing nobody. Like our receivers was catching passes.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Our quarterback was 4 for 4 before we started trying to run one. We ran one running play 30 times. Like, I'm confused. Like, we ran one. So, like, every big game, we do the same thing. Every time we play somebody good, we do the same thing. Now, hold on. Right before you say that, now watch against Coastal Carolina.
Right.
Watch what the playbook look like.
Central Connecticut,
whoever we playing, man. Watch what the playbook look like now. Like, and ask yourself, why we run these same plays against Alabama or Michigan State?
Brandon, I cried when you said that because I honestly think our OC only has 6 plays. We run inside zone reads. We just run through the middle of the field every time. And then De'Ara King, he just does that little nudge in the second quarter, and hopefully we got a tight end or running back open the middle of the field. Or we'll do a double tight end pass. Like, it's horrendous. Our offense is horrendous.
This is so this was my question. So and I'm gonna tell you the truth. This is what I thought. When we was running all them zone reads, and it wasn't even a zone read because King wasn't reading it. Right. If King was reading it, he would have kept like 20 of them.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a zone read. It was actually just a read handoff. That's what it was.
Okay.
I actually thought we were setting up the tight end screen off of that.
Ooh, you're right.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm like, all right, we're going to zone read it, and then we're going to drop back and drop the tight end screen off because everybody is attacking now.
Right.
Like, we haven't ran a double move. Like, we haven't done anything creative.
Right.
So we are literally, we've been out-coached literally 3 games back-to-back. Out-coached. Now, when we played, who we played that second game? Appalachia. When we played Appalachian State, we just had more talent to them than them. That's the reason we didn't beat them. We just had way more talent than them. Like, I would even be happy if we got Appalachian State. It'll be an upgrade from Diaz.
Hey, their OC went to Coral Park High School in Miami, so we'll take it.
I'm just saying, like, seriously, like, it's just like it's a bunch of people out there that we could get. Like, granted, no, we're not finna go grab, no big namers, that we got to pay them, $10 million a year, like they did with Jimbo Fisher. We're not getting that.
We're not. That's not gonna happen.
No, but we could have got Dan Mullins.
Yeah,
before he went to Florida, we could have got him. Like, I think Florida was paying him what, $4 million before they did the extension. They were paying him $4 million a year.
Right.
Like, we could have did that. Like, so I'm just like everybody is like we letting the ball slip. Like, we completely let it slip.
Hey, I completely agree, Brandon. Before we wrap up this show, what's your score prediction against Central Connecticut State? Are we going to pull a Florida State, or are we going to dominate all 4 quarters? Because King's not playing, so we got to play a freshman.
I like Jake Garcia.
I love Jake Garcia.
I like him.
I love him.
Like, Van Dyke, I haven't seen enough of, and I don't know anything about him.
No, I don't like it. But
they're going to end up starting Van Dyke because he's the upperclassman. They're going to start him. He'll play the first half, and Jake will play the second half. But I give him 42-20. That's what the ending score would be. After the first half, it'll be 14. It'll be 14-10 after the first half.
I agree. I think it's gonna be a close game. 42-20. You got. I think 35-17. I think it's gonna be a little bit closer unless they start Garcia right away.
Nah, I think in the second half, I think we'll pull off. I think in the first half it'll be close, and we'll pull off in the second half. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, hey, Brandon, I had a blast recording episode 1. I hope you had a great time as well. Look forward to recording weekly with you. And what are you up to these days in Orlando area? You got any businesses you're working on right now?
Yeah. I got I own 2 restaurants, the Tavern of Rock Springs Ridge, and I own a wing spot called Wings. We're about to put Wingstop out of business. And I also own a real estate company.
Okay.
So I got my hands on a lot. I don't do much with them, but I got my hands on a lot.
Brandon does it all, man. He's a Miami Hurricanes football legend, NFL veteran, real estate expert, and a wing connoisseur as well, man. That's your go-to guy for wings.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right. We'll catch you guys next week. Take care.